It would seem like the South African banks aren't the only ones scamming people out of their money. Just a couple of hours ago, Barry Rue from Twitter is a South African commentary page. I don't know what to call it, but he just posted a story of someone who works in the national lottery business, and the guy who reported this started talking about the corruption in the lottery. So Lotto is already such a hard thing to win. It's already like pretty hard to win, so you wouldn't think someone would rig it even more. Even though people do win the lottery, it's not always clean. It's full of corruption, even at the smallest things. I'm just gonna read you the story. It says, I am a senior staff at Ithuba Holdings, which is Lotto offices. I can confirm massive corruption with regards to winnings. I can't go to media houses with this story because they have big advertising contracts with Lotto and will not publish. They will instead expose me. The media houses are News 24, Sunday Times, IOL, etc. Members of the public do win the jackpot, but it's mostly the smaller amounts. The big amounts are won by a political party and the owner, Charmaine Mabuza herself. The contract for the very politically connected Charmaine Mabuza to run looting expired, but government quietly gave an extension. The biggest crooks in all this is the auditors who are part of the crime. Here they basically are talking about Charmaine Mabuza, who's the owner of the lottery. I'm not sure how far or how much she owns, but she is a major owner. So basically this employee is saying that a lot of the big amounts of money that people are winning in like Lotto is the owners themselves. So Charmaine Mabuza, the owner, is winning a lottery that she runs. I'm sure I don't have to explain to you how that is wrong. Like, you cannot put up a contest and then rig the system so that you win. You're obviously not gonna win anything, but people who believe in the purity of the entire thing, for the people who believe that Lotto is fair and random, this is the people that it's hurting, because a lot of, I would say, more poor parts of South Africa, they invest a lot in Lotto and they buy tickets regularly on a weekly basis, daily basis. Like, it's a big thing for them because for them it's like their only way out of their struggles. So knowing that the people who are running this entire thing are rigging the system in order for them to win is kind of disgusting, because you cannot do that. You cannot just set up a system where you win but then tell everyone else that it's fair, because now people are suffering, and it's not long since we just found out that our banks are just devaluing our rand and increasing inflation and all this stuff. So hearing that another system in South Africa is corrupt, and it's getting really tiring. It's like, we are tired of this. Like, what the fuck, bruh? Like, what the hell is this? How can we as a country continue living like this? Like, truly, I'm kind of like defeated in a way. Okay, not totally defeated. Like, I'm still up and trying, because I do believe there's like a better outcome that will come out of this. It's like the phoenix rising through the ashes. But yeah, there's a lot of ashes to rise through right now. There's a lot of things happening, and it's getting harder to live in South Africa, because even though it's cheap to live here, we are not earning enough to live in South Africa as South Africans. That's the big problem. As South Africans, we are having a hard time living in South Africa, which is crazy. Like, if South Africans can't live in South Africa, who's gonna live here? So this entire system in South Africa is encouraging more and more people to scam and do all this bad stuff, because it's the only thing we can do. It is literally like the only thing that seems to be working. So let me just continue the entire reading. It continues and goes and says, the biggest crooks in all this is the auditors, who play a big part of the crime. Remember how your auditors covered the corrupt during state capture days? Poor South Africans are taken for a ride. It must stop. Why you think they took away live TV draws? The TV draws in South Africa usually were on SABC and I think ETV, I'm not sure, but it used to be SABC, and we know now that SABC is basically like a a state-owned enterprise. It's owned by an ANC and all that stuff. There's a video I'll link if you want to watch the entire breakdown by South African YouTuber Malusi something. I forgot his name. Malusi. He did an entire video breaking down how the SABC is owned by ANC.
The SABC has since been accused of favoring the ruling ANC party, just as it did with the National Party.
It seems like ANC is just outdoing themselves. They outdo themselves in every turn. Like, they just keep on doing the worst shit. It's almost like they're having a competition within themselves. Like, who can fuck over the South African people the most? Let me just continue. It says, we want all winnings to be for the public and not for a political party and the corrupt owners who flies around in her private jet. Enough is enough. Stop Lotto corruption immediately. Charmaine Mabuza. So yeah, this is what is going wild right now. It's like at 300,000 views or almost there. So people are talking about this, and there's been a couple of people who sent a couple of posts, like old posts from January, where they talked about how they were schemed out of their lottery winnings. So I'll just read one for you. It's by Tepiso Bannister. It says, I selected my numbers, took a time-stamped screenshot of my selected numbers to manifest my winnings, and as it makes it safer to check results. They processed my bet, got a successful bet screen prompt. Then she started tagging a lot of people. The bet value of my ticket was 50 Rand. Then was deducted from my account with a World Sports Bet generated reference number under my transactional history, as well as my ticket under my South African Lottery tab on my World Sports Bet player profile. On the 3rd of March 2022, when I checked results of the draw using the screenshot I had taken, I realized that I had matched all 6 winning numbers and had won the 17 million Rand jackpot, and proceeded to log on my World Sports Bet account. It's been over 10 months tagging all the betting things, still failing to come up with a resolution to resolve a dispute that I have with World Sports Bet that's costing me 17 million rands, or if anything, a fair settlement. So yeah, this girl is talking about how she placed a bet on the Lotto, won, she found out she won, and has been trying to get like them to pay her like her amount, because it's 17 million. Like, anyone would be fighting for that. If you knew you won 17 million and you know it's fair, you would fight. So I don't see anything else after this. It stops here. She doesn't really talk about more than this, or the person who posted this attached to the story didn't post anything else. So I have no idea if she actually got her money or settlement. Knowing our country, they probably didn't say anything, because it seems like in this country, silence wins everything. Like, if you stay silent enough, people will forget about something, because the next month something else will come up. Just how we just came from who was it, Matthew Lani, and then it was just a lot of stories, the banking thing, and now it's this. So I think they're just hoping that this blows like over or something. But public opinion on South Africa is like really weighing, because a lot of people are trying to make sense of what's happening, and it almost seems like we're doomed to just stay in poverty. And yeah, it just doesn't look good. I even saw like a couple of posts recently where people were talking about how we should stop voting for ANC and all that stuff, and vote for EFA, for DA. But even that does not seem like a good solution. But even though it doesn't, I would say it's a lot better than what we have now. Like, people want to shake things up. People want to see something different, even if we are not 100% sure if that different is better. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to see what happens in the national elections. Well, I didn't really know when it was, so I haven't voted. So I'm not sure if it's too late or anything, but yeah, if I was voting, I probably wouldn't be voting ANC right now. It's just looking terrible. The corruption, just from every side, from every single institution owned by the government, is just, yeah, we're just getting fucked at this point. Because even Eskom has a as a thing that's going on right now. Like, they're getting exposed. I haven't got enough information to like go through it with you guys today, so I'll just leave it for a later video. I'll do my research and I'll get back to you on that one. But yeah, that's what's happening right now, like as of like a couple of hours ago, 6 hours ago. So yeah, tell me, what do you guys think? Are you guys as tired, hurtful? I don't even know what that word means, but I'm pretty sure it fits pretty well in this context. Like, yeah, I'm hurtful of like everything that's happening in our country. So yeah, that's what's happening right now. Yeah, see you guys later. Make sure you subscribe.